The relevance of this program to my current position cannot be overstated. I'm a senior media analyst at the Garage Team Mazda, which means that I get an opportunity to test, monitor, report on pretty much every piece of media that we're running. We get to see from the beginning, things like setting up campaigns, monitoring campaigns, seeing how that's going, doing A/B testing along the way to make sure that we're really hitting the right audience. One of my biggest concerns with getting a master's program in any sort of digital space was that it wouldn't be up to date because everything changes so rapidly. And I didn't want to be listening to lecturers who hadn't worked in the industry in 10 years and didn't know what was really happening. And so when I read through this program, I was like, this is everything I wanted. I want to become a manager. I want to become a better manager, a more effective manager. I want to understand the digital space in terms of how that translates to creating a strategy and running a department and long-term planning for what that would look like. In the future, my goal is to be a director of audience strategy. So the digital media management program is perfect because there's literally a class on what audience strategy is and how that translates into a real world position, how the marketing technology stack even works, what do you even need to know, what programs you need to know, what companies live in that space that you need to be aware of. There is at least one time in every single meeting I've been in where in the back of my mind I will say, I just learned that, or I just learned about this is how we're doing it wrong. Or even a situation, like I can't even say in meetings anymore, oh, that's funny because in class this week we learned X, because people are so sick of me bringing in class examples as something that everybody's always like, we get it, your program's awesome. Advertising and storytelling are a very emotional thing. It's very much about trying to get people to have that quick gut reaction, whereas analytics is very math, very black and white. Either things are working or they're not. And I think one of the things I've learned really in this program is that there are opportunities out there. There are jobs that you can work in where you're really marrying that emotional side of the business, but also making sure it's backed up with data so that those things can live in harmony. This dynamic creative optimization, being able to use machine learning and use these really advanced scripts to be able to say, this variant works with this audience at this time of day and on this website, and this person we can tell is in Detroit and it's snowing, so we should serve a creative with a snowy background. That kind of thing didn't exist 10 years ago, when I started in this industry. So definitely being able to get smarter and more iterative